Este es el Reebok os el Nike.
Rihanna and Cardi B are both people, but only one of those people are about to give you an album.
Plus, we've got a Whose Cousin Is It, and I have no idea who the answer is.
Welcome to Side Dish.
Hey! What's going on, guys? How you doing?
Fantastic. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. I was back in the jiu-jitsu this morning, messing them up. Still got a little bit of it. Haven't let it all go, so feel good about that.
That's what's up. I did jiu-jitsu with a child.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, like I was sleeping, and then he started sleeping too, and then started hitting me. So I started hitting the child.
You had
it was like
little kid foo out of here.
Yeah, like, I don't know if the person who gets up and goes into a different room is the person who won or lost.
Oh, wait, did you move?
Yeah, I did.
Did you go to the couch?
I went to another room, slept on a beanbag for a little bit, woke up 2 hours later. The time was 4:44, like the Jay-Z album, and then went into a bunk bed situation where I like climbed up a scaffolding that was way too close to a fan blade and tried to sleep there for a little bit, before the day began. So yeah, I'm definitely in feral mode. Feral.
It sounds like you're struggling a little today. That doesn't sound like good rest.
It's a terrible rest.
Yeah.
You know, I think I may have told you before that they're replacing floors in the crib.
Yeah.
So they're really doing a puzzle piece Jenga situation. I'm wearing my child's socks, but adult underwear, and an outfit that I didn't plan on wearing today. But I've been getting compliments, so I'll take it.
We made it.
Shout out to Adidas.
Shout out to Adidas. We made it, guys. Hey, welcome to Side Dish. Shout out to the Soulmates. Click that like and subscribe. Hit that notifications thing. That really helps us. This is like, I always hate it whenever you're watching any kind of like online anything, and they're always like, like and subscribe to my channel, guys. Leave a comment.
That's us.
But that's us. Tell us your thoughts.
It really does a lot for the channel. Yo, and also big shout out to our whole team behind us that you don't get a chance to see. My man D on the prompter, my man Ryan in the back, my man Lee, Kim, who has cleverly figured out a way to trim the fat at the beginning of the episode for the people who was like, yo, the episode didn't start to like 15 minutes, before a holding screen. So we start the load screen later. So y'all can show up a little closer to time now, and we can get this thing popping, and you don't have to wait through like a graphic screen, before we get it started. So we're ready, we're prepped, and we're ready to feed y'all. What you got, Santa?
Okay. So I think, if you're watching, you need to know that like, me, HK, and our producer Kim, like we'll kind of put our like little rundown together for this show. But a lot of times on purpose, like if HK's got a video he's putting up, I won't watch it because we want it to be real. And so this is one that HK hasn't seen. And all the setup I'm going to give you is one of my favorite Instagram accounts is this guy. His name is It's J Main. And he does a lot of like music comparison. A lot of times it's like the history of a sample or like yada, 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 all kinds of really interesting music stuff. And he posted this clip. It is of a Mexican morning radio show, and they're trying to figure out what song this guy is requesting. Now, it's in Spanish, but if you pay attention, I still think you'll be able to get it.
Okay, let's get it.
Sí, yo quiero que tú me pongas la canción que dice, ¿esos son Reebok o son Nike?
¿Esos son Reebok o son
We've got a video
Sí,
here.
sí.
It's going to play here in a second.
¿Cómo se llama?
¿Son Reebok o son Nike?
¿Esos son Reebok o son Nike?
I don't know if the people at home can hear.
A ver, compláceme, que me gusta mucho esa canción.
Yeah.
Okay.
Está muy pegada esa canción.
¿Esos son Reebok o son Nike?
So Reebok, so Nike.
¿Será esta,
We
brother?
don't see any.
¿Será esta?
Esa misma, bre, esa misma es. Esa es.
Cuídate, mi hermano.
Yo.
Do you hear that? Is this the Reebok or the Nike? Is this the rhythm or the...
This falls into the category of what we were doing yesterday with Now I've Ruined It. Because anytime I hear the rhythm, but is it Reebok or the Nike?
Reebok or the Nike. Yeah.
Yo, shout out to all the sneaker collectors who are now going to be in that conundrum in the morning when they, go through their sneakers. I don't know anybody who collects Reeboks. It's just kind of where the brand is.
I do have, these aren't.
Those are Lacoste.
These are
really
Lacoste.
nice.
These are Lacoste. But I do rock a bunch of Reeboks.
But your Reeboks are like the Reeboks from the future that don't look like the ones you could buy at Kmart.
That's true.
Or Walmart.
That's true.
Walmart is the one that has to deal with the Reeboks now.
Good to know.
I'm rooting for that brand. I really am. They used to bless me with so many pairs of kicks. I used to have a homegirl that worked there. Shout out to Jenny from the Bach. That was her name. That was my plug over there.
Very nice.
But yeah, like it got quiet for a while. But Yeah, when you find a good pair, you rock them sturdy.
That's right. I try to buy stuff that I know I'm gonna want to wear for the next 10 years, and sometimes I'll buy 2 of the same thing.
You got to, because you never know when they're gonna stop making the ones. I was loading up on Hirachis one year, and that year continues. I'm still loading up on Hirachi. They're just so comfortable.
I gotta get some.
They hug your feet like you're putting your foot in an angel's palm.
Oh,
holds on to it and guides your steps as you move on.
A nice little cup the feet.
Yo, Marcy's like, wait, what for the new commercial? Like that should totally be like a Foot Locker commercial.
Oh yeah. Oh shoot, that's
Reeboks and the Nikes.
We got the Reeboks and the Nikes. Oh yeah.
All right. Well, moving on to the other feed, me news. Yo, man, people be outside doing too much. Not everybody is capable of pulling off hardcore. And if these are your results, you won't really be able to do it much longer. We call this one, put your back into it.
Oh no.
Take a look.
Attention, iPhone 6S pour le... Ah oh,
Yo, the way that the sound of my man's back cracking when it hit this this thing right here. Can you run that back one more time just for the culture?
What is he landing on there?
Like a trash can or something. It sounded the same way it sounds when you snap into a Kit Kat, the big pack with there's 4 of them. He's definitely going to be moving around like Professor X, the leader of the X-Men at some point in time. I mean, he was able to walk after it happened, but it's the next day where it typically, you know, kicks into full gear.
Yeah, you don't feel it all right off the bat. It usually takes a couple days.
Like, what is the worst back injury you ever found yourself getting?
Man, this is one. This is just like maybe 6-7 years ago. I was taking off on a jog, just a normal jog around the neighborhood. I was still in LA, just like I'd done a million times. And I tell you, I had my running shoes on. I had everything. I was like good to go. And I go from the curb to the street.
Okay.
And somehow
stepped wrong,
just did it wrong and go clink like that. And then my back was messed up for 3 weeks. I couldn't sit straight. I was always at some sort of weird angle because when I straightened up, it hurt.
Yo, for everybody in the chat, how old were you when your body betrayed you?
Yeah.
Because everybody has that moment in time where you were superhuman, and then at one point, the superhuman version of yourself checks out, and now you're mere mortal getting injured. I think, you know, it wasn't necessarily a back injury, but I was proud of myself. One time I was coming down some steps, right? This is when I lived in a townhouse in Dallas. And I had some tea in a cup, and I was wearing dress socks though, and I fell down the steps wearing the dress socks.
Like you slipped, like you didn't have shoes on?
Like
okay,
bad traction. However, I fell all the way down the stairs holding the tea up, and none of the tea spilled.
Really?
Yo, if somebody asked me what was one of my greatest accomplishments, other than my children, I'm gonna tell them about the time I fell down the steps and didn't spill the tea. Because it was a violent fall. It was so violent. And for me to have my arm up like the Statue of Liberty and maintain the balance and buoyancy of the cup.
Oh my gosh.
I was proud of myself.
That's pretty good.
See, Nigel Hot Dog said he got jacked up in the Navy, so 23 was when his back checked out. Tamara Jenkins said my check engine light came on at 30. Jamal said 29. It's something about that sweet spot when you exit in your 20s and go into your 30s where it goes left. To all our young viewers over here on Side Dish, whether you in the teenage pocket of your life or the 20-year-old pocket of your life, hey, listen, man, start reading the back of boxes now. Start counting your calories now, just so you could be ahead. We're going through what we're going through, so you don't have to.
Remember when you didn't think a whole lot about sleep? You're just like, oh, I'll get like 3, 4, maybe 5 hours and I'll be all right. And then now it's like I'm hungover if I don't get enough sleep.
It's a thing.
Just from life.
My friends are always typically older than me because I went to school a year younger than I was supposed to. So I automatically inherited older friends.
Sure.
So when my friends would take naps, I'd be like, choach, and then walk out. You know what I mean? And now it's like, yo, I still don't take daytime naps. However, it's that, I didn't get enough sleep. I can't get up. Those people. And I am not one of those people yet, but I do now require a certain amount of sleep to be the best version of myself.
Yes.
Especially now that I'm unprograms from that morning show stuff.
There we go.
Like, I'm getting 4 hours of sleep, but I'm gonna live along. No, you won't.
Right. Yeah, that's true. You're going early. Quick slight detour before we get to the next one. I feel like there's got to be some sort of science behind like why is it that when I get in my bed, I got to roll over and I hit all these and it takes me like a half hour to 45 minutes to go to sleep. But if I lie down on my couch and I do this, why is couch sleep come on so much quicker than regular sleep?
I think it's the way you're wired. For everyone who doesn't know, like,
That's
so
true.
when we're done with side dish, right? There is a little pocket of time before we start regular dish nation. You know, like people start parading through. Sometimes while we're doing the show, people slowly start trickling in here, right? Tanner will sit on a couch that you can't see because it's out of frame. And to him, he's sleeping, but to us, it looks like he just quietly passed away. like Danny McBride in the end of Pineapple Express when they at the diner, like, you know, and he got shot a lot, but he cool because he eat waffles. But like Tanner be pulling one of them numbers and like, we're on auto direct, so I have to be quiet in order for it to go to you.
Oh, no, it's whatever. I mean, normally I'm...
Now play dead, but talk while you're playing dead so we can trick the auto. That's how he looks. That's I got to stop talking.
What do we...
We're kids. We're just big babies.
Oh my gosh.
Last but not least, in the feed me space, results may vary. You know, sometimes they had those people who show you this is how you survive an attack.
Oh, never believe any of those people.
Especially when they're built like Chief Quimby from Inspector Gadget or Chief Wiggum from The Simpsons.
Yeah,
they're going to get roughed up real nice when it's a real situation. So there's a TikToker by the name of Erin Krasko. She reenacted a safety tutorial to see how to escape if an intruder tries to choke you from the back seat. Let's just say it don't work for everybody like that. Take a look.
3, 2, 1, go. Okay, fingers in. Okay, seatbelt comes off. There we go. Loop in. Okay, now with my other hand, I'm gonna kick the seat back and I'm gonna open the seat. I'm gonna open the door. Okay, 3, 2, 1. All the way down. I'm out, and I can escape freely. Okay.
So she's doing it smooth.
Two fingers. Two fingers. Seat down.
Okay, she gets away. Now this guy's gonna try it, and let's see how this works for him. Not quite the smooth operator.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Yo, I mean, you do martial arts.
Yeah, I will. It's weird. I don't know that I would. It's tricky. I'm not sure I would describe myself as a martial artist, but yeah, I have trained some different things. We have a term for this, by the way.
What is
it's bullshido. Like there's a lot of bullshido online. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, and they make it look so easy to where anybody could pull it off. But man, like, because I even saw one where they're like, yo, if you're surrounded by a bunch of people, this is how you take them all down. And it's like, man, listen, they ain't gonna just wait for you to get to them.
Yeah.
You're gonna be treated, you're gonna get peppered with punches from every direction. You're not even gonna know who hit you, yo.
It's always the most ridiculous stuff. And I mean, the other thing is like, you'll see them pull off a move and then there'll be like their one assistant who just like eats the punch or whatever it is, or they just like go flying out of nowhere. It's like, no, it doesn't work like that.
I hate watching movies when people get knocked out and then like the protagonist continues on his mission and that person that he knocked out earlier never wakes up. How many times have you seen somebody be knocked out like just indefinitely?
Like when Jason Statham wastes 20 dudes in a warehouse, not a single one of them's like waking up a few minutes later like, holy crap.
And then once they all get off the ground, you would think they would all huddle up together and be like, yo, we need to go get him together.
Can you, like, if you're a gang of bad guys in a movie and you're getting worked by one Jason Statham, one Jackie Chan, even one Michael Jai White, if there's like 10, 15 of you and you're getting worked by one dude, you're terrible bad guys.
No, for real. Because y'all supposed to use teamwork. If there was ever a time teamwork's supposed to kick in, it's then. Can I throw a wild movie pitch at you real quick?
Let's hear it.
What if we made a movie, right, where it was based from the perspective of the family of a bad guy who they felt was unjustly killed by the hero in a film?
Oh.
We take you through the court case, the funeral, all the emotions, you know, the kids that they leave behind. They're packing up their things because they didn't know they were henchmen. They just signed up to work at this warehouse.
Right. Oh yeah.
They didn't know what products was being sold there.
It could have just been a scientist at the warehouse.
True.
Which, by the way, this is like a slight segue into a movie that, like, if I won the lottery, I might pay for this myself. Kill Bill needs a sequel where Vivica Fox's daughter comes after the Mamba.
That was the word for a second, and now no one seems to know what's going on with that.
But also, can you imagine, like, Jason Statham is like his character, like some no-name bad guy's son or nephew comes to him and he's like, what when? From what movie? You know, he doesn't even know when he killed his dad.
If a little island kid from Mark for Death could come back, because that Mark for Death was the one where he was going against the Jamaicans, like Screwface in them. Yo, Screwface, I kill your dad. Yo, if like Screwface's little nephew or cousin came back and killed current day Steven Seagal, not even his character from Mark for Death, but actual Steven Seagal. He over there in Russia chilling with Putin.
Well, Steven Seagal does a lot of bullshito. So you got to be careful. That guy's Steven Seagal. We could do a whole episode on how weird Steven Seagal is.
A whole episode. And some legal stuff too.
Yeah.
If you know, you know. All right, moving on. Let's get some deep dish, shall we? Oh, a big shout out to the people in chat. Somebody said Steven Seagal's big butt. That's coming from Living Goddess.
Wow.
Everybody was throwing Steven Seagal in the mix, even before you mentioned him. Nigel Hot Dog said that would never happen to Steven Seagal.
That movie sounds like Deadpool and Wolverine 2 starring Tanner and HK. Let's go.
Let's get it, man.
Sounds like a Tubi movie. That's every henchman in Gotham. Oh, for real. Like, how many Gotham families have vendettas against Batman?
So there's a class action Gotham lawsuit for all the families who lost loved ones at the hands of Batman.
Yeah. Maimed, like maimed and wheelchair ridden for life because of the hands of the Bat.
And
like, come on.
Dent, who's a lawyer, could represent these people, and this is how we get Screwface. No, that's Two-Face.
Two-Face.
But what if we put Screwface for Mark for Death?
Screwface. I'm not even sure that I've seen Mark for. Does he have a screw in his face?
Nah, he's just a wild Jamaican. Okay. And I think he had a twin in the movie. Yo, the movie's wild, bro. You gotta watch Mark for Death because all the early
Screwface and Nailface, were they brothers?
Nailface?
No, I'm just thinking screws and nails. I don't know.
Probably.
Okay.
We're going to say that's what it was.
We're going to get
you
there.
know what I mean? All the early Steven Seagal movies had 3 titles to their names. So it was like Mark for Death, Out for Justice, Above the Law.
Oh, yeah.
So they all kind of blurring together. People in the chat know what's going on. Kevin Murray said, Screw Loose, Screwface's nephew.
All the henchman did was jaywalk and Batman broke his back. Dang.
Yeah.
We need a Descendants movie for all of the Marvel comics. Descendants, because HK doesn't have any like little girls, is like Descendant, or do you know what Descendants is?
I know what it is.
Oh, okay.
One of my kids is questionable. Go ahead.
Listen. No, it's a Disney property where all the kids of all okay.
I know. I've heard the soundtrack more than I care.
Oh, all right. That's fine. That's cool.
Yeah, they actually have a new one, Descendants Red.
Oh, Descendants Red?
Yeah, it's like, I don't know. I still don't know what's going on. I'm just
you
aware of it. I just don't know what's going on.
You can't support the Descendants?
I can support my descendants, but not fictional ones. Like, yo, I'm the Wicked Witch's niece.
Yeah.
Like, how did these people even have descendants when they were killed off in their prime, most of them?
Yeah, Maleficent, did she who was banging Maleficent for her to have kids?
Well,
I do like bad women.
I mean, she's Angelina Jolie, so there's that.
That's true.
Definitely is not Brad Pitt. Oh man. Well, switching gears. Let's talk about the deep dish. So I don't know what pocket of group people I identify with. I'm not gonna tell you what year I was born.
Oh yeah, we can't do that.
Millennials and there's Millennials, Gen Z,
the
baby boomers.
Well, the baby boomers are older than us, that's for sure.
Okay, so the millennials are older than us?
The baby boomers are older.
Baby boomers are older than us. So that's
baby
like our parents?
boomers are like my parents, your parents, baby boomers.
Okay, so millennials are talking about the old person hills that they would die on. And some of these things include that the new car headlights are too bright.
Oh.
and then you shouldn't have to download an app for everything.
Facts.
And that QR code menus are annoying.
Also, ooh, yeah.
I'm here for that one.
I connect to this. This way. So they're saying this is like old people gripes coming out of young people bodies.
Yeah, it's almost like something they actually agree on. I haven't noticed the new car headlights being too bright, but I do like the fact that a lot of cars have the auto headlights.
Yeah.
So it makes it harder for you to be pulled over by the police for not having your lights on.
That's a big fact, and I'm not speaking from specific experience. Man, I am so, man, just bring the menus back. Why do I gotta scan a thing on the thing? Just put out a, because then I gotta connect to your Wi-Fi. Then I gotta walk over here and put in some sort of like ridiculous, like welcome to photo, like, and it's a faux restaurant and everything's camera themed.
Yeah.
Because they're being funny.
Oh, faux. Oh, yeah.
See, because that's what faux restaurants do.
Yeah, I wanted to open up a faux restaurant called Friend or Foe. And like the level of service you get depends on how nice you are.
Yo, dude, that's the name of the movie is Friend or Foe. And Jason Statham has retired. Now he works in the kitchen.
Oh, then Screwface's nephew, Lou Screw. Y'all helped us write this, by the way.
Yeah.
Lou Screw comes in there and recognizes Steven because he heard rumors about the guy that killed his uncle or dad. I don't know.
Yeah,
who this
all I
guy
knew
is.
is that he was a master of spices.
And had a ponytail. Because like no matter what happens, Steven Seagal gonna have that ponytail.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I need physical menus to come back because the second that you like, especially like, I don't like giving people my phone. So if you're at a restaurant and everyone's trying to order and you have the menu pulled up and then somebody's like, let me see your phone. You got the menu on it. And I'm like,
no.
Like, no, I might get an important call. I don't want to give you my phone.
Yeah. You're not ordering anything off of my phone.
They also feel that social media was better when it only showed you content from friends and followed pages. I am with that.
Ding, ding, ding.
Because somebody famous who I don't follow popped up on my page and it made me angry because people who follow me don't see all my posts because I'm usually shadow banned.
Oh.
So don't be shoving, I'm just going to throw Mariah Carey down my throat.
Right.
If I don't follow Mariah Carey. Like, show me people I follow.
Right.
I know Tanner. I only see your stories.
Yep.
Stories only.
I don't post a whole lot. I do a lot more stories.
Oh, that explains it.
You know, if we're like talking about old people gripes, like, yeah, social media, I feel like it was better. Like, I feel like peak social media might have been like between what? 2013, 2016, 2017.
That seems like when everything was still normal.
Yeah.
Like Twitter was still Twitter.
Right. Yeah. They were all still kind of different instead of all still turning into the same thing.
Everybody started biting everybody.
Yeah.
Like soon as like Vine came out, then I think that's when TikTok started to rise to power because they just improved on the Vine design. I was jumping on Twitter, now X, today, and I peeped that that they don't have, I mean, I noticed a long time ago, but I miss when Twitter had Periscope. That was their version of IG Live, and I would go live when I would go to concerts and stuff like that. And they took it all away. They took it all away.
Periscope got to be real problematic because and I would do this, and this isn't a thing you're supposed to do, but like, let's say there was going to be like a big fight or a pay-per-view event or whatever, like people would set up their phone to like, and so it's like, oh, I could just like watch the Periscope of your phone perfectly sat up on whatever.
Yeah, they need to bring that back. I'm with that. Another thing they said, grocery stores are too much work from scrolling through an app to clip all the sales to scanning and bagging your own purchases. The first thing I can't identify with because I don't scan through grocery store apps and I don't coupon, but I don't like bagging my own groceries.
I don't mind it just to get out of there quicker.
Man, I like to talk to people and I like to look them in their eye and I want them to tell me a story about their day. That's just the kind of person I am.
So peak social media, also just like a quick side note, Rand, like we took MySpace for granted.
We did.
We really took MySpace for granted. It wasn't like anything crazy. But do you remember, and I've talked about this with people, this is the wildest thing. Now we're giving away our ages a little bit. But do you remember that little pocket of time, maybe like 3 or 4 years, like computers were just showing up in everybody's home and everybody's getting the internet. And then right around there, like we talked about the chat rooms, but not too long after that, MySpace started to hit. And you learned how to code a little.
Yeah, because you could program like
you could design your page.
Yeah, little GIFs and stuff.
Make all these different little things happen. Or perhaps you had like a GeoCities page and you're like, oh, I'm going to like code. And we were learning to HTML code as like middle school kids and like even grade school kids. And then just a few years later, we were like, we don't need to know this.
Yeah. We owe Tom some money.
Yeah.
He taught us some stuff. He really did. And a lot of people rock with you on the MySpace. Gas Tastic is like MySpace days, LMAO. Another person said, yo, I was 13 when MySpace came out. Shout out to Daphne. Tamara Jenkins said Black Planet. What app do you want to see come back, or social media platform rather, would y'all like to see come back to its glory days? Because I want to see MySpace make a triumphant return.
MySpace, it's still around. Like, you can create a MySpace page,
but no one's doing
there.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember Tumblr. Tumblr was kind of dope for a little while.
Tumblr became OnlyFans Lite.
That's true.
If you knew how to move on the platform.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They had to take it away. But
Mm.
X still lives up to its name, though.
Yeah.
We don't have coupons in Canada. Wow, brown sugar. I didn't know that.
Hold on. Just like there are no coupons in Canada?
They
at
got
all?
a lot of things going on, like no coupons, free healthcare.
Is that the trade-off for healthcare? Is that what you can have our coupons? Can we get the healthcare?
Man, and another thing they posted on the millennial and baby boomers things, tips should be for sit-down meals in restaurants only.
I will fight to the death over. Oh my gosh! Listen, if you're one of those, oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I got to collect myself.
Let it out. Let the Hulk out. Let him out.
HK, am I a crazy person? Like, okay, you've just ordered food from me.
Mhm.
Now, I'm not gonna walk that food out to you. I just took the order.
You handed it to me,
like
probably.
maybe, or someone else put it down over there, and I was like number 35 or like whatever. But in the process of this, I took your order, and then I'm going like clink, and this thing turns around and points to you, and I'm like, oh, it's just gonna ask you a little question.
Yeah, nah, like.
What are we doing? Why are we tipping for like vending machine service?
I don't know. And I feel like there should be some stipulations to this, Tanner.
Yeah.
If I'm coming in to your non-sit-down restaurant to pick up my food and go, you have to make direct eye contact with me. When you bring it back, you have to make direct eye contact with me as you ask me for your tip for work that you didn't do.
Oh,
it's only fair. Eye contact with me and tell me I should tip you for doing your actual job. Please and thank you. Because I don't agree with the process, man. Yeah. It's crazy.
They really act like I've seen it so many times at so many restaurants in Atlanta. They'll really be like, and this thing's about to ask you a pop quiz. I have no idea what it's going to say. Click. And then they're like trying to figure out how many light bulbs are they're like confused about something. Okay, fine, thanks.
But what if we did this though? What if everybody that's watching us and us here saying this, when people turn that thing around, what if we just said, I can't read, and then we leave?
And then we leave?
Yeah.
So, okay, I heard this online. This could not be true, by the way. We're way off. But I heard that online. You know, there's the custom part, like the custom tip that like, and this could be 100% false, and maybe they fixed it by now, but I heard some dude went into the custom tip thing and was able to like put a negative tip and gave himself a discount.
Oh, that's what's up. That person is a true Apollo legend.
Uno reverse.
Yo, the people in the chat's like, yo, does that actually work? Really?
Try it, and then come back and let us know.
Dale Crest is a good person. He tipped the hostess at a casino buffet, as you should. Now, because them people are coming up behind you and they're cleaning up and all that other stuff. That makes sense. We're not being cheap, Dale Crest. Santa,
yeah, come on, Dale Crest.
Santa said, was that person you, Tanner?
What? No. Sneaky. I see you in the comments, Santa. Trying to figure out if I'm a good or a bad boy.
Nah, but that's real in the field. Shout out to everybody, man, for dropping in your comments and all that other good stuff. And also the people who want to see certain apps back. A lot of people want MySpace back. Yeah. A lot of people want Backpage back.
Yeah, Backpage. What do you find on there? Maids who are going to come and clean your place. Maybe a little scantily clad. You guys don't have Backpage ads here in Atlanta. In LA.
Oh, that's like probably the home of Backpage. Dude, LA and Vegas, right?
In LA, if you go to, if you're just sitting in front of a computer right now, what you could do is open up a separate browser and type in Backpage vans or like pink Backpage vans. Because all over LA, did you ever see these? They would be like not minivans. Like, remember those like big American vans that were made for a while.
Like the one that the Libyans shot Doc in Back to the Future 1?
Yeah. They were mad about their plutonium or something.
Mhm.
And they would be like not powder coated, but like wrapped in pink. So they stuck out. And then on the side would be a giant back page ad. And it'd always be like some maid like holding a thing, but with these. And then the whole thing is like, yeah, she's going to come clean, but not your carpet.
But that's not probably even the person that shows up, is it?
Probably not.
It probably like the maid from Family Guy. I forgot what she said.
Or probably Miss Doubtfire. That's a whole other kind of maid. And there are layers to that. But
yeah. Hussy roulette. All right. Switching gears, man. You got something about people possibly sleeping wrong?
Oh yeah. Oh man. Speaking of the night you had, you might enjoy this a lot. Okay. So I came across this Instagram account. And this guy, their pillow company, I'm not going to say the name of the pillow. I don't know nothing about the pillow. But what he said is the worst sleeping position struck me. And so let's roll that first video.
This is literally the worst sleeping position. In fact, sorry. This is the worst ever sleeping position. You're rotating your neck, you're twisting it.
Chest down,
your head up,
arm
you're
up.
fighting all the natural curves
leg
of your spine,
out.
you're compressing your vertebrae, you're getting pins and needles, neck pain, back pain.
That looks terrible.
And you still do it every night. Why?
That looks terrible to you?
It's not comfy. It's just what you're familiar with. It's just what your body's used
Depending
to.
on how much you've eaten the night before. If you're face down, like, yeah.
So that's my standard. That's my go-to is like chest or stomach down, wrapped up in a pillow like this with my right arm under. And I've been sleeping like that my whole life. But guess what? Like I got lower back pain. I got like weird shoulder pain here. And I think it's because I've been sleeping wrong.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think everybody sleeps according to like their body type.
Right.
So not everybody is yoked, right? So
well, I don't even know if it's that. It's just I just got used to it as a kid.
I used to use my arm as a pillow and sleep on that. And I also used to hold the railing of my bed because I used to like have I used to astral project, right? And then like have sleep paralysis. And before I understood what it was, I thought people were taking me away at night.
Oh God.
If you know, you know. It's a crazy thing. Google astral projection. So I used to think that like I was being abducted sometimes at night as I slept. So I would purposely like sleep on one arm and hold the railing of my bed at night as I slept. And then once I started doing my Googles and learning more about weird things that people don't just talk about casually, I'm like, oh, that's what that was.
That's strong defense against astral projection and also the monster under the bed. Still not getting you.
And also the inmate in your cell.
There's also that. Okay, so he followed it up with another video showing us there are 2 really good sleep positions. And so anybody at home, I think a lot of people are like me, is sleep chest down. But for everyone else, this is how you're supposed to sleep.
These are the only 2 sleeping positions I'll ever recommend. Of course, unless you have some sort of clinical reason for lying on your stomach, which is very rare. If you're lying on your back, your spine is immediately supported by the mattress, and you've got the most even distribution of body weight. If you pop a pillow underneath your knees, you'll find that you slightly tilt your pelvis, and more of your back is now touching the bed. It's better supported. That's number 1. Number 2 is lying on your side. And we know clinical evidence dictates that you put the least amount of tension to your side in the side lying position. You want your ears, your shoulders, your hips, your knees, your ankles, all stacked on top of each other. If you pop a pillow between your knees and ankles, then you're going to de-weight that top leg and keep it better supported.
How about that?
Interesting. Shout out to I lost the comment because it went away so fast. Somebody said he thinks he's smart because he's British.
Well, that's true.
Oh, that's Kevin Murray. Big up.
Kenny McCormick slid in with the comment of the episode. My wife sleeping in that position is the reason I have 3 kids. Okay. So yeah, you're supposed to sleep on your back, ideally with something under your legs to like get your pelvis right, or you sleep on your side with something like between your legs to help.
Oh yeah, like leg pillow. They got these like triangle shaped ones that you can get from Walgreens, and I know this because one year I stopped at Walgreens because like you ever go to a Christmas party like with the family and then like somebody show up that don't usually show up and you'd be like, what? Blah 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 there? Well, damn. Then you go to like Walgreens. So I bought one of them pillows. And she's like, yo, this is the greatest gift someone has ever got me. To this day, she still sleeps with that pillow. Thanks, Walgreens.
There
But
it is.
apparently it's very like comforting and like and supports your knees.
Listen, also, the older we get, all of us watching, the more we're going to need like good sleep. I was looking in the comments and people are like, I slept that way last night. That's the reason I got this story out was for you. The good people of the internet watching us at 3 p.m, who should definitely probably be working harder, but we're glad that you're with us.
Listen, Headkrack and Tanner, we understand your struggles. We are here for you.
Got you.
We're here for you.
Got
peoples.
you, boo.
Oh man, switching gears, we got to plow through some stories real quick because time is flying.
Oh, it is.
If you're a fan of Friday the 13th, there is a Camp Crystal Lake prequel coming out, and it serves as like a super story that happens before the first Friday the 13th. So it's about the actual camp.
That's cool.
That Jason drowned at.
And that his mother, I mean, it's not a spoiler alert at this point.
If you don't know what happens or who the killer in the first one was.
The first one's crazy. The whole
It's your
history
loss.
of that franchise is pretty messed up, like the story and everything.
Yeah, you know, kids was like, you know, having sex instead of watching the kids, and a kid drowned, and then he managed to kill people for the next 40-something years. I'm here for it, and it's going to be. It's undergone so many incarnations. One incarnation was season 1 was going to pretty much be like the first movie, broken up into a season, and then then season 2, all the way up to 10, or eventually he was going to end up in Manhattan. But then eventually things changed, so now they're just going to keep it campy, for lack of a better explanation.
That's the easiest thing to pull off is like a good old campy. I mean, honestly, people love teens getting lost in the woods and chopped up in movies. It makes for really
Thank you for clearing that up.
movies.
That's my thing.
That's like, yeah, it's a lot of fun to do when you're eating popcorn and going to the movies to watch.
You know, I'm excited about that. I'm disappointed that Disney Plus canceled The Acolyte, which was, have you seen it?
Nope.
Yeah, that's the problem. A lot of people have it, and a lot of people refuse to watch it because it was like women. There's something about that Star Wars and Marvel fandom. They don't like girls. They in the basement, chained up, you know what I'm saying, wishing they had a date, and they just don't like to see women doing things. And this is what tanked the Marvels. This is what tanked daggone She-Hulk. I mean, some people would say that She-Hulk just wasn't good, but yeah, I liked it for what it was.
I'm trying to remember, there's been female-led action films and like superhero films that have done really well. And then there's some that don't.
Most haven't. Like when you think about successful female-led sci-fi things, okay, Star Wars almost doesn't count. It sells itself.
Sure.
So that trilogy with Daisy Ridley, it had a lot of, you know, people who were complaining the whole entire time. And then also the minority characters on there like were susceptible to mad racism.
That whole trilogy got messed up. They messed that trilogy up top to bottom.
But no reason to come at the little Chinese girl on there. I hope she's Chinese. Just for being there.
Yeah. It wasn't her fault. That was the biggest opportunity of her life, and people came out hating on her.
She caught mad strays, so did Jonathan Boyega, who they misused totally in that series.
Listen, I could go down the Star Wars rabbit hole on everything I think is wrong with that trilogy, but yes, it's hard. It's very hard for female-led like action, sci-fi, Marvel type movies.
And I heard like the Acolyte was getting good because they started introducing the Sith towards the end, because this happens way before the Star Wars stuff.
Oh, interesting.
And I know we're talking way over your head. If you don't watch Star Wars, you just came here to hear about
just two nerds here nerding out, guys.
Being geeky. But man, it's just disappointing, man. I was hoping it was gonna get a second go, but that's that. And someone mentioned Wonder Woman did good.
Kill Bill crushed it.
The second Wonder Woman almost seemed like they didn't watch the first Wonder Woman before they made it.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman 1984 was basura.
Yeah.
And Catwoman didn't really do well. But they say that a homegirl about to maybe be not Catwoman.
Halle Berry?
Nah.
Storm?
No.
What? Who are we talking about?
The girl who was in Madam Web, but not the main girl.
Are we talking about Sydney Sweeney?
Sydney Sweeney. They saying she's gonna be the little thief girl.
The thief girl.
That'd be in the Spider-Man joint.
Black Cat?
Black Cat.
Well.
I think for racial reasons, they had to cast a white woman in that role.
The other thing is like there was the Netflix series. I think in the comic books, Black Cat, oddly enough, is played by a white woman.
It
which
is
strange.
But it would be wild if it was a black woman named Black Cat with just the double sexual entendres
Yeah.
that stack on top of that. You know?
Also, then I'm imagining like a black woman playing a character called White Cat, like that in like a white cat outfit, like that hits differently as well.
It kind of does, you know. So we'll see how that goes, man.
Jessica Jones was a Netflix series
that was really
that
good.
did good.
Yo, the comic book was
Female
wild if you ever read it. So
What else,
switching gears real quick, we gotta like pummel through some things before we get out of here. We can save this 90s thing for tomorrow because it's getting late in the game.
Okay.
Want to celebrate some birthdays?
Oh, let's do some birthdays. Happy birthday, Demi Lovato. She's 32, guys.
Word, is she doing okay? Because I haven't seen her in a while.
I haven't seen her in a while, but everything I've heard for many, many months now has been good.
Yo, every time Demi Lovato goes away, she come back from the store with a story.
She comes back strong, and her voice is so good.
Yeah, it's like, yo,
She's really got pipes.
you don't understand. I almost died. And then they'd be like, oh, okay. Andrew Garfield, he's 41. He was the second Spider-Man.
Spider-Man Dose. Amy Adams, she's 50 years old. She's great in everything.
Yo, Fred Durst turned 50. He's probably somewhere wearing a red hat.
Yeah,
He turned 54, actually.
54. Al Roker is 70 in your neck of the woods.
No doubt. And the Blast Master KRS-One from the legendary rap group Boogie Down Productions is 59 years old. It's crazy that like so many like elder statesmen in hip hop are like getting into those weird ages, you know, the golden guy ages. Man.
Right, like late 50s and whatnot.
Yeah, man. I wish we could have lived, you know, I wish Tupac and Biggie could have lived long enough to get that type of, you know, like love. Like, like what would Biggie look like now? Would he have been on Ozempic?
That's a whole other, because like he was big and that's not healthy.
Right. Like, I mean,
like if it hadn't happened, it might have been
diabetes, right?
Yeah,
like lose a foot, you know, and then Tupac, like when Tupac got chubby. Like,
but also, oh my gosh, can you imagine? Okay, because like, I don't want to get into this. This is very tangible. Okay, so Biggie, right? He decides he's going to get healthy. And then he goes on Weight Watchers. And then suddenly he's doing the tour on Oprah because they're both on it. And then he gets real thin. Like, what if we got that version?
I think he would have to switch to Chris Wallace or something like that.
Yeah.
Or the Notorious Chris or something like that.
You still call him Biggie.
Yeah, I mean, because we still call Fat Joe, even though like sometimes he's not as fat.
He's not. He's just Big Joe. He's just regular Joe.
Whenever he gets like real small, I call him Joseph.
Okay, wait.
It was yesterday.
Who are we giving the cake to?
Oh man,
you got one cake.
I got one cake, and there was a lot of dope people there, Tanner. I'm gonna have to give it to KRS-One because at 59 years old, he is still rapping his ass off on every corner of the planet. He just did a march for peace the other day in the Bronx, all the way from Sedgwick and Cedar, where the first hip hop party was thrown, all the way to some other end of the Bronx, which is dangerous if you've been to the Bronx. So, I'm giving it to him. Who are you giving it to?
That is the strongest explanation that anyone could have hoped for. Man, I was in high school at a certain point in time in the 90s, and when I tell you that I could sing every Limp Bizkit song loud and proud, I got to give it to Fred Durst.
Yo, they deserve more props.
Like
they do sing "My Way or the Highway," right?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's my joint. I know the WWE used it one year when it was like a big rivalry. I think it was between The Rock and somebody.
The Attitude Era, yes.
This time I'm gonna let it all come out. This time I'm gonna stand up and shout. I'm gonna do, man, that was my joke.
My way, it's my way. My way or the highway. I mean, what other era of time could you be a really bad, could you be a very mediocre rapper and have a very mediocre band and achieve stratospheric success right now, and have a dude who plays lead guitar with a bucket over his head and he just goes by Buckethead?
I'll show you the lineup for Rolling Loud. And you'll be like, some of these people are made up. These aren't real artists. But like, it's a different spot.
Why did it take so long? Why? To figure it out, but I couldn't.
When you start reading the lyrics back, it's like, yo, man, what are we talking about? Right?
What are we talking about?
A lot of people in the comments is giving it to Al Roker. Shout out to Marcy.
He's always been there. Who doesn't love Al Roker? Also another person who went on a weight loss journey.
Yeah, you know, we like them big, we like them small, but we love him alive. Last but not least, it's not necessarily a birthday situation, but it's okay. We're checking our watch and we'll see if it happens.
Oh, we got like 9 minutes. That's all kinds of time. We've got so much time. We don't got to go 52 today.
unless it
We're
feels
talking
right.
to someone you guys can't hear. It's the imaginary person in our head.
The voices in her head. But Cardi B is allegedly ready to turn in her homework. And the word on the street is her sophomore album is pretty much in the can.
Mm-hmm.
And it's appropriate to call it homework because everyone knows that Cardi B is a class project. Like there's no pocket of time where Cardi B sitting somewhere with a pen writing some raps.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. It is not a snipe. Michael Jackson didn't write much.
Nope, sure didn't.
He wrote some things.
Yeah.
It was a bunch of people around him that made him great. I'm not mad at it.
Not mad at it at all.
I like Cardi B, the brand. I'm not expecting her to split the atom or win a rap battle.
Nope.
But they're saying that over the weekend, Cardi B had what?
Split the atom or win a rap battle.
Yo,
But what did she get to, Bo?
Yo, I wish her the best of luck. I really do. Over the weekend, Cardi B was posting on social media talking about how she's going through some of her like options for album cover things. And on the strength of that, everybody's like, uh-oh, it's time.
Dude,
it's
I'm just
time.
gonna tell you how disconnected I am from like I know Cardi B, like I know some of her songs, definitely like know her status as like a celebrity. Yes, I know exactly who Cardi B is. If you would have told me, like if right now in this conversation you were like, you remember her second album, Be Real or Be Dead came out a year and a half ago, it didn't make the top 100 or whatever, I'd be like, oh, okay, cool. Like I didn't know she hasn't dropped her second album yet.
Yo,
it's been a long time.
She's been spoon feeding people singles for a long time. But the thing is, these singles are big. They blow and they go because I think people just like the idea of Cardi B. I think Cardi B gives like the average person out there who came from the bottom hope that you can do anything. Yeah. And that's one of the things that made me fall in love with the concept of Cardi B. Sure. I mean, also there's the Bronx component too. Right. But, mostly because like, man, like we really watched her like be a person on the internet. Yep. Get on a reality show, say later for the reality show, become this huge mega rap star, go through everything that she goes through with her now, I guess, soon to be ex-husband in the public eye. Like, she really took you on for the whole entire ride. So it's almost like a living, breathing reality show, whether she's on TV or not.
Dude, here's the other thing, just like quick side note, and I would be interested to hear your opinion on this. It's like, are we still in the album era, or is it smarter to just drop one or two singles a year? I don't know how many, how often, but is that maybe just like moving forward, does that get to be a smarter plan?
Well, I think that works for certain artists because that's a conversation that's been had a lot over the last few years. And a lot of people will be like, it's a singles driven market and everyone should just drop singles. No one has time to listen to an album. However, that's because a lot of the artists that get championed and put on the radio, they suck and they're not capable of doing a whole album. Sure. It takes a long time for them to forge these big singles that they give you. And if that's the format that works for you, it works for you. However, there are some people who are really skilled at their craft who can tell a whole story with a body of work, and there are fans who will listen to it. Because I'm even going through that now, like looking at like the streams.
Because I know you have so much stuff that you haven't released.
Yeah,
we've talked about that before, and sometimes it's like, what are we?
Yeah, Microdose came out on the 26th of July. Yeah, and I could see that, and it's a 30-minute project with like I think 12 songs on it, right? But some of them are interludes. But you could see that all of the bigger streams are like on the earlier tracks of the project because you get busy.
You started.
Yeah. But that happens to me even too when I listen to artists that I like and I want to listen to, and then I start over again when I get back in the car. Because
you want to consume it all as an album, you won't like.
Yeah. So that's why I try to make it short. So 30 minutes is enough time for the casual listener to be able to enjoy it. Like, and that's why I tell people all the time, Microdose is an album you take with you to the gym. Microdose is something you take with you to meditate. Microdose is a project you listen to if you cleaning up and doing stuff because it's a succinct pocket of time and it moves very quick, so you don't have to worry about, damn, man, an hour and 30 minutes? That sounds like a chore. Yeah. So, that's the operation. But like Kendrick Lamar, if Kendrick Lamar only fed us singles, I'd be mad.
Yeah.
Same
he's
thing
a
with
different
Drake.
kind of artist.
Yeah, he's a different kind of artist. He like that last album, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. If he dropped just the single about his aunt, and the song I'm talking about if you're watching, no one would have been able to process that song because it was too heavy of a...
Too much.
Yeah, it was too... Did you hear that whole last... Yo, so he had a song on there where he's talking about his aunt who was a lesbian. And he didn't understand it when he was young, and it was about him like understanding what that meant and how proud he is of her now.
Oh yeah,
you know, just like living her truth and and just rocking out. So it's an interesting story, but that's not like something that's gonna get spun on the radio.
That's not like that's probably not like a Billboard #1.
Yep, song's called Mother I Sow, but thank you so much, Kim. Like, he's not gonna close with that at Rolling Out,
Right.
Rolling Loud. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
that doesn't hit quite as hard as me.
right. So there's a time, space, and place for
Different
everything.
vibe.
So like, however you want to present your art to the world, present it in the way you decide to. And if people show up for it, they show up for it. But in the meantime, Microdose out now. Please stream it wherever you steal music from.
Also, just like, man, you really said it right there. And if you're somebody who's watching Side Dish right now, like HK creates stuff, I create stuff. Everybody here has their own things that they're working on, and I just think like, props to you and props to anyone else who like. Some people will talk about it and they'll work on it or whatever, and they'll never finish it and they'll never release it.
Yeah.
So if you have a project that you're working on, just be sure to finish it and put it out into the world.
Yeah.
Just give it to us. Put it out. Tag us in it. Tag us in it.
We love sharing and showcasing
Yeah.
people who got talent. Hopefully there'll be a point on Side Dish where we could be like, yo, one of our Side Dishians came up and did a live performance or blah,
Side
blah,
Dish
blah.
talent show?
Ooh, Side Dish Live. We do it in a podcast format. We rent out a place and like we have people perform.
Yeah. We could do it.
Would
We
y'all
could do
show
it,
up to that? If we showed up in your city and did something like that, would y'all buy tickets? Throw the cash emoji up if you would. Throw that up. You might have to hold command to do that because unless you're doing it on your phone. But throw that up.
Tanner, you look tired. Hold on just a second. Courtney MC. I look tired. What is? Do I have bags under my eyes? I don't.
Yo,
sorry, I didn't mean to take that personally in the middle of the show.
You know what would keep you from being tired?
What's that?
Lean.
Oh,
I used it today. Not okay. You have to watch Dish. You have to watch Dish to understand. So this is like vitamin supplement that like suppresses your appetite and gives you energy. And we've been talking about it on Dish, and I took it today, just like I do on a lot of days. But just to see if it how effective it is, because I be having some long ass days sometimes, and I slept like a kitten in the middle of a shootout last night. So I feel it. I feel it. It's real. Anything we talk about on Dish Nation and we be hawking the products, just know we use those products that we be hawking.
It's true. It's true.
Hawk 2 Spit.
Hawk 2 Spit. What else?
Kevin Murray said lemon water will do the same. We will see. We will see. All right. Tamara said come to Houston.
Tan man needs to sleep in the right position. Thanks, Gat. Thanks, everyone in our comments for getting up in my business. But also, you're correct.
But Gat-tastic, do you feel like Tanner's position should be that side position?
Yeah.
The one in which some people's parents get pregnant in?
I've been trying to get this one.
Oh, that vampire.
I've been trying to get the coffin down.
Nosferatu.
But we have one more. We can do Whose Cousin Is It?
Okay, let's go out with a bang.
Okay. Wait, this is yours, right?
Yeah, but go ahead, pop it off, man.
Okay. Whose cousin is it, guys? Get ready in the comments. Okay, a 21-year-old woman in Florida.
Don't say her name.
A nameless woman in Florida was arrested last week after she attacked her sister with ravioli. Like Chef Boy ravioli. Okay, now this woman was mad because her sister brought home some food, but she wouldn't share it with her. So sis grabbed a plate of raviolis and threw it at her. Whose cousin is it?
We're going to give that time to populate a little bit in the thing. And I'm glad that you clarified the way that the ravioli was presented, because if somebody hit somebody with a can of ravioli, that's just as lethal.
Clang.
Yo, shout out to my man Bilal Hill. God bless the dead. There was a kid I went to school with. In some weird way, I think we're related. At a pep rally one day, it was canned good donation day. And then there was this one kid walking up the bleachers, and Bilal threw the can, and it just smacked the dude in the face. And he started bleeding.
Oh,
and
might have broke his nose.
He came back to school the next day. But it was just so instantaneous. I don't even know why I'm laughing at this. Delete. But it was just wild. And that's every time I think about canned goods, I think about Bilal throwing that can.
Cans of food are just healthy grenades, dude. Like, they'll mess you up.
But it was spinach, though.
But then you're covered in corn.
It was wild. Okay, so we're seeing, they're saying HK's cuz, Brian Floyd said Tanner. Green Twerk said that was Krishan Rock. She can't do much of anything. She's in jail
Hilarious.
for 3 years.
I'm mad she did it. That cost money. Facts.
I'm mad she did. Oh, yeah.
Vafo Yunez said, it's food. LOL. I'm sure it's us. Face smack.
Justin Harris said, ravioli cousins don't share food, Joe. All right. Y'all ready to unveil it?
Okay. Should we hit him with the name first?
Well, let's hit him with the picture and then, okay, hit him with the name.
Okay. And this can still be, okay. The name is Nakia Davis.
Yeah. Can we throw a mugshot up?
Let's see. Let me get Caucasian Nakia in 3, 2.
Move that van. What show used to do that?
Was that
Extreme Home Makeover?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I was about to say Queer Eye, and I'm like, why would they move the van?
Move that van out of our way.
Yeah, that's her right there, Nakia Davis. Yeah, and she looks like she'll do it again too.
Yeah, the good thing about raviolis, if you're going to assault someone with a nice Italian dish, like spaghetti's hard to throw, linguine, like lasagna, but a ravioli, that's like a little hand-sized.
And especially if you threw it with some speed and velocity, to where like it makes that little splat sound, it sticks to you a little bit, hits that little sizzle, that skin sizzle.
Oh, the little pop.
Yeah, that would be man, that'd be amazing. Like, you know, we was like thinking about how this attack probably looked, and it probably looked a little something like this.
Where is she? It's not your concern. Okay, tough guy. What is my concern? How fast do you want to die?
Let's see your powers, Spaghetti Man.
Fight.
Oh! Oh my God, he bust spaghetti on his face. You think if they were smart, they'd just get a gun and probably shoot him in the back, but since he has spaghetti powers, nothing's supposed to make sense for this movie. He's choking him out with spaghetti. It don't get no better than that.
There it is.
Hey, when G Fit said, I'm too sober for this. That's from a movie called Spaghetti Man on Tubi. And we're going to start doing a thing later on down the road called Tubi Tuesdays, where we celebrate some of the great cinematic classics that exist on the platform.
Believe it or not, good viewers, I've actually watched that entire film.
Really?
I've seen all of Spaghetti Man.
Does it deserve a sequel?
I mean, I would watch Spaghetti Man 2,
Okay.
like Spaghetti Man 2, like this time with meatballs. Like,
oh,
you know, like,
Meatball is his sidekick.
Oh, that would be dope.
He chubby and he just throwing little hot meatballs at people. You know what I mean?
He's just
like
giving people heartburn left and right.
And for the final villain battle, right? Meatball and Spaghetti Man, they hooked the homeless up. So now they got like numbers.
They got armies. They got armies.
They a little tired though because they homeless.
Yeah.
But strength
they're carved up though.
Strength in numbers. Anyway, I think we've caused enough trouble for today.
All right, one quick look at the comments, see who's roasting me now, because y'all just been coming for me all episode.
Pause.
What do we got? Pause. Who got drunk and made that movie? Hilarious. 2 Before the Win. Street Trash. Oh, so somebody is a person of culture, if you know Street Trash.
Is Street Trash a movie?
Street Trash is a movie, and it's just one of those classically terrible films.
I love stuff like that. I felt like if Howard the Duck came out now, that would have been on Tubi.
Yeah.
Garbage Pail Kids also would have been on Tubi.
I've also seen Garbage Pail Kids.
I went to the movies to see it the day it came out.
Really?
I was one of those people. And I was mad when the Garbage Pail Kid cartoon came out and like they pulled it immediately.
Oh, yeah.
Because everybody's like, you can't make fun of people that look like that.
Alligator?
We were strong and weak at the same time in the 80s.
The creativity was flowing. Okay, I don't know. HK, we're just kind of rambling. Tanner, I've been loving you. Thanks, Green Twerk. There we go. I got a positive one.
Whose cousin is that?
Whose cousin is it?
Like Green Twerk, you think that's a guy or a girl? Green Twerk.
Oh, Green Twerk? Oh, I don't know, but that sounds like a superhero ready to
It's like an episode of Power Rangers that ain't aired yet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, yo, we got the White Ranger, the Black Ranger, and Green Twerk.
The Green Twerk.
The Green Twerk come out the bass boosted music. He twerking.
No, the way that you know the Green Twerk is about to show up is you hear the rattle of the windows.
Oh, because it's her twerk. It's her twerk wing.
It's a twerk mobile.
Oh,
and because the bass is rattling the windows.
Fair enough. We're here for it. Hollywood should hire us to write everything.
Oh my gosh, we've pitched like 3 movies in this one. Okay, we gotta go. We have to go.
Thank y'all so much for pulling up on us. We won't be able to do this again until Thursday.
Oh, sad.
We are sad, but thank y'all so much for making our afternoons go by faster.
Thanks, guys.
Everybody who shows up in the chat early, everybody who shows up late. We're talking to you who's watching this right now at 10 p.m. tonight. Thank you so much for watching and thank you for commenting. And yeah, we did an hour. They said it couldn't be done, but we did it.
We did it, y'all. We did it with your help.
Bam.
Thank you.
See y'all on Thursday, man. Thanks for
Bye.
dishing.
Sí, yo quiero que tú me pongas la canción que dice, ¿esos son Reebok o son Nike?
¿Esos son Reebok o son Nike?
Sí, sí.
Pero, ¿cómo se llama? ¿Cómo se llama?
¿Son Reebok o son Nike?
¿Esos son Reebok